What's up everybody, this is Bryan from DollarTech, and today we're back with the second part of our gaming PC build video. If you missed part 1, make sure to go watch that first. We'll put a link in the description for you guys. Today we're building the PC using all the parts presented in the first video. So let's begin. The first thing you want to do is get your motherboard ready. Lift the latch on your motherboard and get your CPU. You want to make sure to not touch any pins on the motherboard. Hold your CPU by the edges and align it using the notch as a reference point to place it on the motherboard. Make sure to not use any force during this step. Now you can fold back the latch and secure it by clipping the lever in place. The small protective plastic should pop out. You should keep this in case you need to send the motherboard out for warranty repair. Otherwise, your warranty will be void. It's now time to install the RAM stick. Unfold the two plastic clips on each side of the connector. Then align your memory stick using the notch. Press down firmly to connect the RAM. The plastic clips should click back in place. We can now prepare the CPU cooler. Place it on your workspace upside down and screw the brackets in place as shown on the video. Don't forget to peel off the protective sticker. Before you install the cooler, you'll need to apply some thermal paste on the CPU. Don't put too much, this the size of a cooked grain of rice should be enough. You can spread it if you want. If you do, don't use your finger or any metal object. In our case, we're using a plastic card. Now that your thermal paste is evenly spread, you can put the CPU cooler in place. Make sure the fan is on the same side of the memory stick. You might need to unclip the fan to be able to secure the cooler in place. You can now connect the fan to the CPU fan header on the motherboard. Time to prepare the case, starting by clipping the I/O shield in place. Make sure that the holes for the mouse and the keyboard are facing the top of the case. Also make sure that you have the correct standoffs installed in the case. You can verify their position on the motherboard and ensure that you have them in the correct position. Unscrew any extra standoffs. Now your case is ready to receive the motherboard. Lay it down in the case, starting by aligning the ports with the I/O shield holes. The holes on the motherboard should align with the standoffs on the case. Now that the motherboard is in the right position, you can screw it in place. Connect the case fan to the closest sys fan header. It's now time to install the power supply. Make sure the power supply fan is facing down as it should pull up air from the bottom. Once positioned, screw it in place. It's now time to install the SSD. Pull out one of the 2.5-inch brackets. Install the SSD in it, making sure the connectors are facing the back. Secure the drive using the 4 screws on the bottom and slide back the bracket in its place. Now grab your SATA cable. Connect it to the SATA 1 port on the motherboard and connect the other end to the SSD. Here you can see that we have already connected the CPU power to the motherboard. It was easier to do it off camera as it was a tight space to work in. If you're not able to reach the connector, you can temporarily remove the CPU cooler to get it in place. You can now connect the 24-pin power cord to the motherboard. Take a power SATA cable from the power supply and connect it to the SSD. Now connect the front USB to the motherboard header named JUSB1. Then connect the HD audio to the J AUD1 connector. For this part, you will need the instruction manual from the motherboard to be able to connect each remaining wire from the front panel. You should have wires for the power switch, the reset switch, power LED, and the hard drive LED, a total of 8 wires. Now that we have everything connected, we can install the graphics card. Start by removing 2 metal covers for your graphics card, aligning the first with the PCI connector. We removed the third one because we're also installing a USB 3.0 card for the front USB. Get your card positioned. Press it down into the PCIe slot and screw it as shown. We use the same process for our USB 3.0 card. Then we connected the front USB 3.0 cable to the card, following by a SATA power cable. Last thing to do for the graphics card is to connect the 6-pin PCIe power connector. Now that we got everything together, we cleaned all the cables using some zip ties, and we closed back the panel. Then we turned on the PC to make sure everything was working properly. At this point, all you have to do is to install Windows and all the drivers, and you'll be ready for gaming. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next one.